I can't point with camera. There. Um, and it's a very slow one, but of course, you know, it being my first one, I was just so incredibly fascinated with it. So we literally got it just as an anniversary gift for us, and I just fell in love with the designing because, like I said, I started with Tinkercad because I was trying to fix models for it to print properly and stuff like that. And I just fell in love with it, and I just kind of took off. And then when we got posted to Alberta, figured instead of starting a new job, because you know I would have had to, I was like, it's about time we start a business because it's something that I absolutely love. So
awesome, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was paying attention. We were having an audio issue on one of our channels, and I was trying to figure that out. So that's what was going on there. But good to see everybody. Thanks everybody for coming in. We are interviewing, and I'm gonna say it one more time, Clov of Clov3D Prints. Now, Clov, what was your very first printer that you purchased?
It was the Flash Forge,
okay.
Very old model. And it's funny because when I bought it, I bought it from a store, and I had it connect through Wi-Fi because I had it in a basement with the way the layout was in the house then. And literally 2 weeks later, they discontinued that printer and discontinued upgrades for it, or updates for it and stuff like that. I was like, really? 2 weeks after I buy it, when they discontinue updates and everything. So then I had to connect it with like I had to do USB flash drive in order to be able to print and stuff like that, because it wasn't updating or anything else like that. So, and then my very second printer was X1 Carbon. Okay. And when I was trying to do research on what my printer is going to be, because I knew I was going to start a business, I was the prominent person I was watching on TikTok at the time was Filament Stories. So I would go to her channel to see what she had to say about printers. And at the time, she was doing a lot of videos about the X1 Carbon and how great it is. Yep. So that's what made me decide to get the X1 Carbon.
Okay.
And I've been mostly Baboon since then.
Okay. What is your favorite printer? Like if you had to say, I'll take this to the desert island, what would it be?
My X1 Carbon.
Okay.
It's one of the most reliable one I have. A1 Mini is a very close second. I like it's small, but at the same time, 90% of the stuff I can print on my A1 Mini. But my X1 Carbon is the one I love the most.
Okay. Awesome. Bamboo and I have a weird relationship. It works once, it stops. I have to fix it. It works for one print, it stops. Yeah. I don't have any luck with those. Anything that's an appliance doesn't work for me. So it's just one of those things. But
I got lucky. I have a good one. So
cool. That's good. So filament, let's get into filament, because I know with you selling and doing prints and you know, you're very particular in what your stuff looks like. What filaments, what are kind of your go-to filaments? And then we're going to get to a favorite, so don't do a spoiler.
Yes. So my go-to for being here in Canada, there's two go-tos that I can easily buy, and that's Sunlu and Zyro. So Sunlu, there is a hobby store. It's not Hobby Lobby. I wish I had a Hobby Lobby, people, but I don't because I'm in Canada. But it is a hobby store, and they sell quite a bit of filament, and most of their filament is Sunlu. And so far I've had pretty good luck with Sunlu. So my go-to is that because it's the easiest to get. Right. And off of Amazon, I love the Zyro tricolor matte filament. So that is another go-to for me, is Zyro off of Amazon.
Okay.
Because I usually get next day delivery. So
and I'm going to give you two choices of favorite filament, because one you have to say, because that person's here in the room, so you have to say that one. So you may as well go say that's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah. Well, it is. It's not just because. Just saying.
Okay.
I literally just pretty much finished my roll of it. And it was like a little heart pounding, but it's the Florida Sunrise from that V2 that Dragon Girl and them collabed and made this one. Look how gorgeous that is. I absolutely love this filament. It's gorgeous for so many things. My second one is the teal on New Makers. Okay. I was lucky enough to win some filament from them, and they were gracious enough to send it to me even when they weren't sending to Canada at the time, but they sent it to me. And that teal, it's my favorite, second favorite color, but it just has to be just the right teal, and that is the most perfect teal ever. Like I love that teal from New Makers.
That's cool. That is cool. Yeah. So, I always hear a lot about how difficult it is to get filament in Canada and everything. Now, is that primarily because of shipping prices? Is it, we don't have to get too heavy into it, but what? Good.
From the way that I understand it, a lot of companies have a difficult time sending filaments, like individual companies, like with New Makers, W2 maybe, and stuff. Like the way that I understand it, I totally could be off in the left field, but they have a difficult time because they have to ship it a certain way or whatever. And just going from the States to Canada, just that process in itself, the governments, I think, I don't know, but I think it's the governments, they just make it very difficult.
Yeah. So like, do y'all deal with UPS there, FedEx, or is it a different type of shipping system?
So we have UPS and FedEx. We have UPS and FedEx and stuff like that. But I think it's just the background stuff that they have to do in order to register to be able to sell in Canada. Because
I'm like, it's right there. Just drive.
Right.
I sent a picture of the Canadian flag from Detroit to you. It's like, crazy. It's right there. I can throw it to her. So right. So okay.
Yeah.
And it is always, we forget how fortunate sometimes in the US we are, and in a couple of other European countries. It's so easy to get filament and have such a variety of filament. We forget that it's hard to in other places to get that. Exactly. So it's cool that you get to experience a lot of that, and some people are saying it's getting easier, so that's great. Well, that's exciting.
And also, having so many amazing people like Dragon Girl, she sent me a huge package where I got my Florida Sunrise and Swamp, which is what this is done in. Not a great filament, by the way. Like, look how gorgeous that is. In New Makers making that exception and sending it to me when they did and stuff like that. Like a lot of great people that are definitely fantastic, and no words to tell you just how much I appreciate it. So
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that, guys. Keep getting your questions and stuff in the room. I see everybody kind of talking about filament and everything. That's awesome. Share your favorite filaments in there, huh?
Sorry, Chris, I haven't talked to Chris in forever. I'm saying hi, Chris.
So good to see everybody. Thank y'all for being here tonight. I really do appreciate y'all stopping in and getting to know Clov. Clov, I'm going to drop you off just for a second and talk to the audience, and I will mute you so you don't have to worry about like coughing or anything like that. But guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. This is our live show. We have this live show every Thursday night where we get to know the makers and creators that we love. And so many of you have been here the whole time. There's so many new people coming into the room. I just kind of want to explain to you how this community works, how this live works. We do Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. Tuesdays are just kind of our fun nights. We have debate night. We have project night where you come in and you get to share your projects with us. Next Tuesday, we're going to be doing our Maker Space Squares, which is based off the old TV game Hollywood Squares. We've got 11 people coming in plus a host to play this game. We've got some prizes and everything. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's the second time we've tried to do this. I think we've got all the kinks worked out and we're ready to go. So first Tuesday is always project night. Second Tuesday is always debate night. Third is our variety show where we try to do different things and just bring some things to the community. We are a maker space. We have a lot of 3D printers in our community because that's where we started off, but we are moving more and more over into other areas with laser engraving, leather working, knitting, sewing. If you make it, we want you in our community because we want to collab with you. We want to make some really, really amazing things. And like, I always say Asylum Life is a safe place for crazy ideas. The crazier, the better. One of the things about our community is we're totally self-supported, guys. I call it value for value. So my goal is to add as much value to you in these interviews and in this entertainment and in news and things that we talk about. I hope that you feel like adding value back. And so when you see people like Clov, those are people who are invested in the community. They're giving a lot of value back. And that fits in one of the three things I always talk about: time, talent, and treasure. If you've got the time to come in, be a part of the Discord, jump into just everything in the community, come into the lives, be a part. I appreciate you being here. And that time is very, very valuable to me. Then there's the talent. If you have a talent, we've got Steffi who is doing our Maketober this year. She's the one who created all the art for that. She's going to be working on a couple of other projects within the community. She's got a talent for that, and she uses it for the community. And that's the value she adds to us. And then the third one is Treasure. I don't talk about that one a lot. If you're ever interested, you know where to find the things, or you can DM me if you want to help in that. You don't have the time or the talent, you can, and you want to provide that. That is great. That is awesome. But those things help us keep alive and keep things moving and take trips and see things to make sure that y'all know all of the different things going on within the makerspace. So thank y'all so much for being here. Next Tuesday, I'm actually going to present a list of all the people who are supporting us in everything that they do. Jump into the Discord, be a part, and you'll get to know a lot more of what is going on. So let's bring Clove back in here. All right, Clove with the Red Bull. That's what I'm talking about. And I got the coffee this evening. I did my Red Bull earlier and threw it out, but now the coffee. This is a new blend. I'm not sure if I like it.
I like the mug.
Yeah, this little shared office space I work out of has some kind of cool mugs. And so I'll bring one from home sometimes. Some people send me mugs, and so I like to, wear the hats and mugs that they send me. So it's also us a lot of fun. Let's see. McDonald's sweet tea. Are you a McDonald's sweet tea person?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, Carrie's saying she has McDonald's sweet tea. Okay, I'm seeing. I'm looking at all the chats just to make sure I'm catching up on everything. But thank y'all for being here tonight. So we've talked about all that, and y'all know the key to these interviews are just really getting to know people. So if you look at Clove, and, speaking from just kind of my standpoint, she is always willing to step in and help. She always has, ever since I've known her. And I guess, your TikTok says June of 2024 was your first video.
That makes sense.
So you haven't deleted any?
No.
Okay, because it was straight
so my business one, I have not deleted any videos that I put on there.
Okay, so and that one was Articulated Dragons, of course, back in 2024. Everybody with the Articulated Dragons, but she has been here in this community. I mean, it's been kind of a short time if you think about it.
Just over a year.
Yeah, just a little bit over a year. And she is so involved in so many different places and in several different Discords and several different live areas. She's always willing to jump in. And so part of getting to know her and understanding her a little more is what makes her the type of person that wants to volunteer. Like, what did you do in high school? Like when you were in high school, where were you? Because it sounds like you've kind of moved around some. So where were you, and what types of things were you doing in high school?
So when I was going to high school, I used to live in Hamilton, Ontario.
Okay.
So I went to Catholic high school. I liked it because of the uniforms. I was never definitely I was a geek. I wasn't a nerd only because we never really played video games back then or watched TV or anything like that, but I was a geek. So I used to get made fun of all the time and everything else. So uniforms definitely helped in the clothing department. That was one less thing I got made fun of.
Yep.
Yeah, in high school, I didn't really do too much. Just because I went to high school in a different city than I lived in and stuff like that. And it was while I was in foster care with my foster family. And it was just too many of us to really be able to do too much outside of school or whatever. So didn't really participate in too much. But between grade 11 and grade 12, we did move. So I had to switch high schools for grade 12. And I did get involved in morning announcements. And the high school that I went to for that one, at that time, it was only 3 years old. And the announcements was done over the TV, just like a news cruise, 100%.
Okay.
So you got to read the announcements like it was the news, and it was Catholic high school. So we had prayer and sports and normal news. I got to direct a couple of the times, but I fell in love with that kind of a TV aspect of things. That's when I really learned that I really enjoy doing this kind of stuff because of that. So that was my extracurricular that I really enjoyed doing.
So that is cool. That's cool. So, yeah, we had so growing up, we had Channel 1 in our schools. Some schools had it, some schools didn't. Some couldn't afford the TVs and all the rooms and everything, but Channel 1 for students to do announcements and everything. That's kind of cool. And that's always fun. So
it was so fun.
Going back to the geek though, like nowadays you kind of have to define it because everybody in some way kind of considers themselves a geek. There's the band geeks, right? Where did you fall in?
For me, it was just I kept myself a lot. Like I was more of the invisible type of person. I loved drawing and I loved coloring and stuff like that. So I was always doodling and everything else like that. But because we never watched TV or anything else like that, I never kept up with pop culture or news or fashions, because you just never really knew what the fashion was because we didn't have smartphones like we do now. Yes, I'm telling on my age here. So we didn't have smartphones like we do now or anything like that. Facebook came out when I was in college. Like,
I know,
right? You know what I mean? So yeah, I just didn't partake in the popular thing to do or anything like that. So I just mostly kept kind of to myself. I used to volunteer a lot in the special ed room is what they used to call it. So the room with the physically and mentally disabled. I don't know how to say it now, but like my best friend from my first high school, she's in a wheelchair. So every Friday night we used to go to youth group. So after school I'd go to her place and hang out with her, and then her mom would drive us to youth group, and then my mom would drive her home, type thing. But really got involved in volunteering a lot. And when I was in high school, my mom didn't allow us to have jobs because she wanted us to focus on school. I never had a problem with that because I mean, who wants to work? So that was no problem. But I when I was 16, I started doing respite work on the side. So I used to work with wonderful teenager. She had cerebral palsy, and so that was my first dab in the working space, so to speak. So it's just I just always got myself in volunteering for things or helping people out. I've always found joy in that. So that's kind of where I landed.
No, that's cool. That is cool. Now, what type of stuff? So in the 3D printing space, kind of give us an idea of everything that you're involved in right now.
So I definitely I'm involved a lot with your Discord server. So I really enjoy helping with the game nights and stuff like that. I'm basically anytime people kind of like, hey, can anybody do this? Like if anybody needs help with like design work or ideas or whatever else like that, I'm always as long as I know about it, I'll definitely always be up for helping and stuff like that. We're often in one of the discords just during the day talking, and people do come in and we help each other out and stuff like that all the time with either designing or how to fix a printer or how to do this or that or whatever. And I absolutely love that side of the community of everybody just kind of always being willing to help, and I like to do my part in it. So
well, if so, just moving on into more of what you do as far as the design. If someone was wanting to start designing and you wanted to give them some advice, what would that be?
Definitely repetition. It's a huge one. The one and only and I were talking, and he's just in the last month really started on Nomad, and it's one of those programs where it's easy to forget what you're doing unless you're just constantly doing it. So when you're doing something, you learn an aspect of whatever you're designing, just do multiple versions of that until it's like muscle memory. So that's the best step. And you know what? No shame in like not being able to do something. There's always somebody that can help, and everybody has their own spin of how to do things. So you just got to find your own groove with it. So yeah, patience is also another huge thing, because trust me, patience are tested in some of the programs for sure. But you know what? Like as long as you're willing to learn and just don't give up on it, you're gonna succeed, because it is easy once you really kind of get it down. And a lot of the programs also kind of, if you know one program, it's easier to pick up another one, so to speak. So
Right.
like, for example, Nomad is, in a way, you can translate a lot of that information to Blender for
Right.
a lot of the stuff. With Tinkercad, you can transfer some of that information to Fusion, like, you know what I mean? So if you know one program, it makes it easier to kind of translate to another program, and don't be afraid to just try.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people to help. You know, especially
Mhm.
if you're on TikTok and you're running around, there's always somebody live working in Nomad Sculptor and Fusion or
Yeah.
something, and they may not be your style, but at least they can show you the tools and help you kind of
Mhm.
hammer through to find out how you want to create and how you want to do. I think that.
There's no gatekeeping, man.
Yeah.
Like, everybody, as so far, anybody that I've met have always been so incredibly willing to just share information, share techniques, share anything, because you know what, like, there's more than enough room for everybody in this community. So
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
absolutely.
Well, guys, as y'all come in the room, I just want to make sure that y'all know we are talking to Clov of 3D Prints. Now, you can find Clov over here. That will show you everything that she has. You can find that in her bio, and that will let you find her Patreon. That will let you find just all the places. And I guess now her mini factory, right?
It's gonna be, and I do put some stuff on Maker World for personal use as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so make sure you check that out. If you're not following her or subscribe to her, jump in there, get that subscription or follow that you need to, just to be part of her community and the things that are going on over there, guys. Just become a part of that. One of the things I do want to let y'all know, and she's been involved with it in the past, we have the Wine and Paint coming up.
Yes.
And so I'm really excited about that. And not this Friday, but next Friday, the 24th, we will be doing the 3D virtual Wine and Paint. So if you look in my bio, you will find where you need to get that, do the sign up. When you sign up, you'll get an email with the model, and you'll be able to print it out and have it ready for the Wine and Paint. And this model was actually done by Modern Magician. And this kind of brings us to the next thing I want to talk to you about, because Modern Magician did this for Maketober, but he did it using AI. So now, are you playing around with any?
That's a touchy subject.
I know, right? Are you playing around with any of that? Are you looking into any of it?
Honestly, I've kind of tried. I cannot get a handle of AI. You're supposed to be able to just tell it what to do. No, I can't. I know some people use it. I'm really not against it. I'm not against AI whatsoever. But I know there's a lot of people that use it. It's just not for me. I'm the type of person, I like to take pride in what I do, and I want to be able to say that I'm the one that designed it. So from scratch to the very end,
Right.
I want to be the one that's had my full hands in it without any help from things like that.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that was, debate night was Tuesday night. And one of the topics we talked about was the value, like, how do you value AI versus handmade, right?
Yeah.
And us as designers and artists and makers and creators, we're always trying to find kind of that balance. Because
one thing that I absolutely love for my that I find is, if you're looking at a video of somebody printing something, you can tell, oh, like for example, KE Creation designed that, or Pretzel Prints designed that, because everybody has their own take on things and their own style to put in there. It's their personality, it's their work being put in that, and I appreciate that so much more than typing in, hey, do this picture holding this, whatever the case is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there's so much personality that goes into a design for most people, and I love being able to be like, hey, I know who designed that, just based off of the type of style that it is. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that adds so much more to design than something done solely on AI.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's funny how we keep running into the same arguments, though, right? So we handmade into mechanical stuff, into 3D printing, and now people have been saying 3D printing's not being, you don't need to be at the markets, you're not handmade, you're not, and now we're moving into AI, and you've got the designers going, you're not right, and we take these slow steps and end up in just really, really interesting places, and it's a fun debate, it's a fun thing to think about.
Absolutely.
I say it's more about, if you're going to use it, it's a tool. It's not your full thing. It should be a tool that helps you get where you want to be, right?
I absolutely agree.
And do you look at it any other way? I know you had I want to make it from beginning to end. If you
For me personally, designing, like, I don't think I could use an AI personally. Like I said, I did try with one thing, and it was not working for me, and I was like, you know what, like, it's just better if I just started from the beginning. Okay. I know people who do use it as like a baseline, and I'm not against it. I actually kind of agree with it. So they get the AI to kind of design it for the most part, and then they go in and like put their touch to it and turn it into exactly what they want. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not for me. Like, that's just an extra step. That's like, you know what, I'll just be faster if I just do it. You know what I mean?
Yep. I totally know what you mean. And I agree with that. I do. All right. So the most important question, I just saw a name that gets us to like the question. We always ask what you drink, what you did, but this is like the question that sets the tone. What is your favorite ice cream?
Ice cream.
Yeah.
I was wondering when you were going to ask it. So my favorite ice cream is anything chocolate, but the more chocolate, the better. So for example, if I'm going to DQ, I'll have a chocolate extreme ice cream because it got chocolate sauce, chocolate bits, chocolate brownies, anything chocolate. And as a special treat, for example, at DQ, get cheesecake bits in there. Oh, you cannot go wrong with chocolate and cheesecake in ice cream.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
So now when you say like amount of chocolate, now are you, when it comes to say chocolate bars and stuff, where do you sit on that type? Are you a dark chocolate, a milk chocolate?
Oh gosh, no, dark chocolate, milk chocolate all the way, 100%. So there's a couple favorites that I have. Hershey's cookies and cream chocolate.
Okay.
It's a white chocolate, but it's just got the perfect sweetness for me. I don't know. I love it. And then the other one is coffee crisp because it's not too sweet. It's not too sour, but or not sour. What am I talking? But it's not overly sweet, but it's almost like coffee. It does taste a little bit like coffee, but not overpowering whatsoever. And it's a Canada one. I know. I don't know how many of you guys have tried coffee crisp, but you know, if you're ever in Canada, try it.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask because I don't know about coffee crisp. Okay.
Yeah. It's a yellow bar and it's in red. It says coffee crisp.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, there
it's
you go.
It's got like
guys.
wafer or something in there too.
You can probably find them on Amazon somewhere, people.
And probably actually, yeah.
Oh, coffee. Dragon Girl, are you saying that coffee crisps are available at Publix? Is that what you're saying?
Ooh.
We need to. Oh, okay. Yeah. So they're available at Publix. Okay. We'll have to do some looking around for that.
Pure print there. It's amazing. Yeah. It
All
is.
right.
Good chocolate.
Guys, get your questions into the room, please. Let me know. We're coming up on the end here. We got about 10 more minutes before we usually close this off. And I want to give you all a chance to get all of your questions in. So Clov, what's next for you? You were talking Christmas. You got one and only. You're doing a thing for. What other things do you have coming up?
So, well, that's the biggest thing is Christmas. So one of the things that I'm running for, so we're opening Christmas with the collaboration I'm doing with the one and only, which I'm very excited for. He is picking up Nomad like absolutely amazing, like great work. So I'm awesome. Very, very lucky to be able to work with him 100%. So we're going to open it up with a Christmas themed dice tower, which is very exciting.
Okay.
And then after that, another event I'm kind of running is, so Tony Lee has given me the idea of doing butt magnets. So we started off with the chicken butts, because guess what, chicken butt, you know.
Yep.
So we're doing 12 days of Christmas. and we'll be having 12 people actually help me with it. So I'll have 12 different butts based off of the song.
Okay.
So partridge, so on and so forth, and eat every day. So for 12 days straight, every day there'll be a new video, and by the end of it, the whole song will play with everybody in the video that will be printing the 12 butts with me.
I'll be
So
interested.
I'm very excited about that.
I'll be interested in seeing 5 golden ring butts.
Well, unfortunately, with that will be the one-off. It'll be 5 golden rings.
Okay, it'll have to be 5 golden rings. We're not throwing butts in there on rings, huh?
But the controversy with that song too is because when it goes the 12 days of Christmas, technically they're 12 birds. They're not like
right
milking cows or whatever.
It's
but
not really a Lord of Leaping. It's a bird that's called
But I'm basing it off of like the meaning that a lot of people actually know, rather than it being all birds. So the first 4 are birds, and after that it's gonna be like, you know, cow butts and stuff like that for maids of milking, you know, because they're milking cows, butt.
Yeah, so, stuff like that. You don't want to do maid butts, right? You have to be careful with that one.
There is a 9 ladies dancing too. So
that's true. That's true. That'll,
and
we'll
we
see
also
how that...
have Santa and Mrs. Claus to think about too. So don't worry, they're going to be appropriate.
All the butts will be covered.
We will be making it appropriate.
If, ands, or buts. Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, that sounds fun. I can't wait to see that one. Can't wait to.
Very excited for it.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. All right, guys. Yep, we got the question about butts answered. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Anyone? Any other questions? So, all right. So let's just do this. Let's go. Let's continue on the 3D printing community and how you're involved. If somebody's new and they're just kind of sitting on the outside, and they're trying to get into a 3D printing community, what would you suggest they do?
Follow the same people that I follow, because I follow some pretty great people that don't gatekeep. If you have any questions, one thing I say, there's no such thing as a stupid question. There really isn't. You know, some people say, oh, you could have just Googled that. No, you know what? The way I learn is having a conversation, not reading. So with English being my second language, reading, sometimes I have to read it like 3 or 4 times before it actually sinks in. So for me, if I have a conversation, the way I remember is remembering the conversation. So the simplest questions of all, do not be afraid to ask, because I mean, everybody has their own way of learning. And I'd rather have a conversation about it rather than reading it. So join, you know, follow the people that I follow, and more, obviously, like anybody. Join the Discords, because everybody has conversations on there all the time. In all the Discords, you'll always see people asking questions and people definitely wanting to help. So don't be afraid to, you know, just get yourself out there and talk. Everybody's so incredibly friendly. We accept, you know, everybody in here, and we, you know, like, don't be afraid.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Don't be shy.
I would just step in, go.
Yeah.
Even if you're just kind of sitting in the room, like me. I don't mind lurkers. Come in and say hello. After a while, you'll say more than hello, and things will start to happen and everything. So
I definitely had it where I came in, say hello, and put myself on mute because I'm doing something, and I literally just kind of have it as a background noise. And occasionally, if I have a 2 cents to put in, I'll unmute myself. But I've definitely done that. Like, that's not a problem at all.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. We know she loves cats. Yeah. We kind of hit that at the top of the show, but they are giving us cat names.
Cat helmets.
Susie and Sky.
Yeah, so Susie is my white cat.
Okay.
She's like the mama bear of all the animals. She's the one that protects everybody. She's beautiful, gorgeous, chill. I do cat helmets, and she's just like whatever. Sky is my parrot cat, is what I call her, because while I'm working, I'll be here on my desk, and then all of a sudden, ask anybody that's on Discord with video, I have this cat on my shoulder. You know how hard it is to do work when you have a cat and her tail goes along your face and wraps around you and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And then I do have a tuxedo cat too, Neb, and he's our COVID cat because we got him at the beginning of COVID. So now he's afraid of all humans besides my husband and I. So,
oh wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now you said mama bear of all the animals. That was like, we're not just talking cats then? What else are we talking?
No, we have 2 dogs as well.
Okay.
So I have my Neptune. She was technically a rescue. It took a tremendous amount of time for her to start trusting people and everything, but she is a gorgeous, fantastic Rottweiler Husky mix. And I have, he's always by my side. So
Uh-oh. We get to see one.
My little Chewy. He was just sleeping, so say hello to everybody, boy. And this is my Chewy. He's the newest addition to the family, and he's my boy.
Okay, awesome. And then fish. I'm seeing fish. Yeah,
we have a little fish. You can't really see it from here, but we got a beta fish. His name is Drago. Okay. No, Drago. So dragon without the N because he's red and blue. Okay. And my husband, he's like, he looks like a dragon, but I don't want to name him Dragon. So I was like, let's do Drago. So he's like, okay.
That's appropriate for a beta. That works for a beta. That does. And then they're saying you have a beautiful bar.
Oh, yes. The problem is I have a whole bunch of product on there right now because of my market tomorrow. And I'm on the webcam, which I can't move.
Gotcha.
But I built the bar myself. So I did the countertop before we moved here to Alberta. So it's with epoxy wood and it's got pine cones throughout it. And the one section has nerdy stuff. I mean, Star Wars stuff, Batman, Lego stuff in there and everything. And I have lights that go underneath. So my whole basement here has like lights. So turn up the music, turn the lights on and everything else is fantastic.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And then somebody's saying, don't forget Moose, 3D everything. Are you just pulling my leg? I'm worried about you. Is there moose?
I'm in Canada, so we all have our pet moose, you know.
Okay. That's 3D everything. He always says something, and I'm just, one day I'm going to stop reading his stuff. So.
The boy that cried wolf.
I know, right? Definitely. He does that all the time. He comes in and is like, happy birthday. Like, anyway. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of the show. I always appreciate y'all engaging in the Peanut Gallery. It makes the show move faster. It gives me things I might not know about the guest, and it just lets y'all be a part of what's going on here. And I really, really appreciate that. So, Clov, you get the last word as far as I won't ask any more questions. Tell people in the room, just give them some advice, do something. What would your last word be?
My last word is, appreciate the relationships you have with the people. I've learned in life, family is what you make it, whether it be friends, people, or whatever. I mean, I have a sister from another mister down there. I've been very lucky to have met so many of you here on TikTok since I joined with my business last year, and I've created such great relationships, and I absolutely appreciate the community and I appreciate the hangouts and everything that we all kind of do together. So appreciate the relationships you create, and don't be afraid to create relationships because you never know who you're going to meet and what's going to happen, right?
Yep. Most definitely. Are you going to the Wine and Paint? Can you make it?
Yes, I'm going to be. I have not signed up for it, but I'm definitely going to do it 100%.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm 100% there.
Everybody go sign up. You'll get to meet her and talk to her a lot more. Fun. It is a blast. We do have a lot of fun in there, guys. We do have a lot of fun. Well, guys, wave goodbye and say thank you to Clov for being here. She was last minute, guys. 2:30 this afternoon, my time, 1:30 her time, was when we were like, I don't have a guest. Want to do it? She's like, yes. Matter of fact, I had thought I had interviewed her before. That's how much we talked. I totally didn't even realize.
I think it's because project nights too and stuff that I have to join your project nights too and stuff. So even Dragon Girl, I texted her. I was like, hey, I'm getting interviewed by Asylum tonight. She's like, I thought you were already interviewed by him. I was like,
No.
no, I wasn't, not yet.
So, but cool. Well, thank you for being here. I'll join you in the green room shortly, and I'm gonna close the show up. Guys, thank y'all so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Y'all have been an awesome audience tonight. Y'all brought some great questions, some great things that I didn't know, and directions I didn't know to go. And I always appreciate when y'all are a part. But my music is not working. Why is my music not working? Oh well, that's life. Something's going on. Maybe my soundboard's messing up. But thank y'all for being here tonight. Don't forget, sign up for the Wine and Paint. It is in the bio. It is wow, that was not it. All right, there we go. Now we're doing it. Sign up for the Wine and Paint. They're filling up quick. I think, I announced it today. We had probably 7, 8 people. We've got 100 spots, but when it gets out there, it starts rolling pretty quickly. So join up for the Wine and Paint. Next week on Thursday night, penciled in right now, Joel Telling will be here for the interview. I'm excited about that one. I want y'all to get to know Joel. I've had a chance to get to know Joel. He's a great guy, and I just want y'all to have a chance to get your questions in and get to know the guy behind what we see. He's really, really awesome. So I'm hoping it works out. We're still waiting to kind of see a few things, but next Thursday, that'll be it. Tuesday night, we're doing Makerspace Squares. That's our Hollywood Squares rendition for all the makers. So y'all come and be a part of that. Watch as we have our 12 people there live playing this game. It's going to be a lot of fun with games and prizes and stuff. That's always good. And then join the Discord, guys. The Discord is a great place to be. That's how you find out about what is happening in this community first. So get over there, be a part, jump in, and just become part of the value of what this community brings. And I always appreciate y'all being there. I hope y'all appreciate the things that we do, and we're going to keep moving together and do some amazing things. Always remember to live life to the fullest, grow in wisdom, and show what you have learned generously. See y'all Tuesday night, guys.